Hi everybody, it's Abigail Aqua here and welcome back to another WIP and Chat. Now if you're new here, WIP stands for Work in Progress. So, it's going to be a little bit more noisy today, just because Josh is off and he's playing his game Elden Ring, isn't it?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, let me go. That one. So, yeah. Hopefully he's not going to be yelling expletives. Are you going to be yelling expletives, darling?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
So, what, you mean that I could just be talking and there's going to have to be a random click, like dolphin click?
Potentially.
Oh, great. Well, this is going to be fun. Yeah, I've also got a cranky lizard, and I don't know why. So, yeah, it may be a little bit more noisy than we're used to, but my gosh, it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. 3 weeks been away. 3 darn weeks I've been away. So I'm obviously working on a new kit. This is actually for an event called it's Done Paint with Sparklers event, who is known as Timar on YouTube, who gives all the enhancements to kits, and basically it started yesterday, which was the 1st of March, and yeah. I decided to put the kit that I've been working on for the last few weeks away, which is the cat. That one's around, and it is I'm going to have to look for the dimensions. I'll put the dimensions down here. But again, it's another one by Diamond Art Club, and it is by Meow, but it's like all black and white. So yeah, it is a little bit heavy to work on. And well, I knew this event was coming up and I knew I wanted to do it, so I thought, hey, this will be a great time to just do a really small kit and give the larger kits a break. I should probably zoom you in a bit more, so there we go. Yeah, so this is When the World Was Ours by Mandy Manzano and Diamond Art Club. And it is a 32 by a 42. So, yeah. Not quite a square, it's still a rectangle. But it's of Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. I'm pretty sure that's who it's meant to be. And yeah, it looks like they're just about to have a little kiss. So yeah, I thought this would be a nice kit. And also these are all my enhancements that I bought from Timar. That was part of the rules of entry for this DP along, is it must be using sparklers and stuff that have been purchased from her site. And Timar's in the UK in the US. So yeah. When I get sparklers and stuff from her, I tend to do quite a big order, just to save on shipping and stuff. So, how has everyone been for 3 darn weeks? I don't know, I've been okay. So I was going to film last week, but last week was half term, so I was quite tired. So I decided that I would give it a break. And then the week before, I was ill. That was not fun. Both me and Josh had a really horrible bug where we had it basically coming from both ends. Every time we were going to be sick, it felt like someone had punched us in the gut, or was punching us in the gut. I hallucinated that that my boss came and visited me in my sick room. That was fun. Yeah, it also made Ben laugh as well. That's our boss. Yeah, so I did that, and then I'm trying to remember what the one the week before. I think it was just I was struggling and had a week off, but also in that week going back, because obviously, as you guys know, I do horse riding, and I have a favourite who you've heard about, poor Twix, and I had him. So I have a cute little picture of Twix, which I'll insert right here. And I mean, he is just the most cutest horse in the world. He's just so cute. But no, I'm glad that, you know, I've got a photo of him, so yeah. So yeah, that's Twix. So now when I'm talking about Twix, you now know who I'm referring to. The last couple of weeks though, I've actually had popcorn. Ironic, as I work in a cinema. I often joke with management saying that he's our new mascot. But yeah, he's really calmed down a lot actually in the last sort of few months or so. He did used to be quite bitey with his girth, but I actually managed to do his girth this week, and he didn't bite me, or attempt to bite me, which was good. It was really good. Yeah, no, this. I'll be honest. This WIP and Chat is probably going to be very higgledy-piggledy. It might even be a little bit shorter, just because I've obviously got to try and think back for 3 weeks, which probably won't happen. So therefore, it's going to be a bit all up in the air, I think. And also the fact that I've got noise of a game to deal with is making me having to obviously think more as well. Oh, you can see I've missed some of the C's. There we go. So, how is everybody's week been? I hope you guys are all having a really great week. So I should probably say the pen I'm using is one I got from Diamond Art Club that I unboxed. Where's this one from? I think this is, yeah, this is I'm pretty sure this one's Everlasting Tips, and then this one is the store that was known as Lexi Lily Crafts. This is a curved multi-placer, and it's actually a 16 placer. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna break it out and I'm just gonna use it because I felt like it. You know, I don't want anyone to feel intimidated that I'm using a really big placer, but I actually do like using the big placers. I have to be really careful because with the thin ones, I do have 15 placers on some of mine. They tend to break, but with these ones, they're 3D printed, and I have had them break in a couple of my pens, and they're really easy to get out. So yeah, definitely good. But yeah, if you're thinking of getting into multi-placing or anything, you know, just start with your through placer and then just work your way up, basically. That's my advice. Mr. V as well. There we go. Yeah, so okay. So last Friday, I had a job interview for a team leader position at a well-known craft store. I sadly Okay. I sadly heard on Monday that I hadn't got the job, which, you know, I was a bit sad about, but it was fine. Basically, they wanted a bit more experience, and, you know, we knew that was going to be the big issue, or the big hurdle that I would have to overcome. You know, but I was happy with my performance. I was happy with my interview and what I did. So yeah, that's a good thing, and the fact that, you know, they just felt that I needed just a little bit more experience. You know, that's a positive, and I can work on that. Seeing as with my admin work at the cinema that I work at, I have the same powers as a team leader, but I'm still a team member. So yeah, I'm basically an underpaid TL. You know, it would have been great to have done that, and to have got that job. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, when they're hiring again, I'll probably try again and go for a team member position, or if there's like a TL position going somewhere, I might try again for that. But yeah, no, my friend Savannah works there, so that was like a good reason for wanting to go. But also, you know, we love all things crafty on here. Yeah, I did have to arrive. I did arrive, I think, about 15 minutes late. I had let them know. It was just because I finished at 4 on that day, and then they're doing all sorts of works on the road where the craft store is. So yeah, that delayed my journey even more. I was hoping to get there within 10 minutes, but, you know, 15 minutes late isn't too bad. But no, when I got there, it's like, they're like going, oh, we're straggler, and I was like, I did email, and then the person was like, oh yes, of course you did, sorry, I completely forgot. So yeah, they did my interview first, and then we did a whole load of stuff. So we did something that was called a SWOT, which was basically was SWOT. I'm trying to remember what it was. I remember that the last two were opportunity and threat. Was the first one safety or something? Or I can't remember what it stood for. I've gone completely. But no, it was kind of, they gave you 15 minutes to do that. But it was quite funny though, because after I'd done my SWOT and handed it back in, I was like looking around the store and thinking, oh, I should have put that. There were a lot of things that I could have put that I thought, that would have been great if I put that, but you know, things like that happen. You know, you can't always you can't you know, put everything that you see down. And that's always the way, isn't it, though? Because you know, you're always gonna find things that you missed. And also when we were like reading them back, you know, the store manager that did my interview, she was like really interested in what we picked up, and she really like enjoyed it, like thinking it's great having other people like in my store seeing, you know, where we can improve and stuff. And yeah, no, one of the things that I picked up on for the thread was the embroidery scissors, actually. So as you guys know, I do cross stitching. And yeah, I was like looking at some of the stuff, and I noticed that a majority of the scissors, they had like a security tag on, or some sort of like you know, sheath on them, so you couldn't, you know, grab them or rip them out the packaging. But the small embroidery scissors didn't, and I put that, you know, down as a threat, of course, with heaven forbid if, say, somebody did come in and want to rob the store or harm someone, you know, I just thought, you know, say if somebody did come and do that, you know, they could so easily grab the embroidery scissors and do some damage, because because I think most people know that a smaller blade, you know, can do a lot more damage than a larger blade. And also there was like no sort of warning as well. There were no warning things like saying, you know, ID will be required, this is an ID restricted item or anything, which was a bit, oh, okay. But no, it was, but you know, it is a big store apparently, according to, because this is a chain store, this is actually the largest craft store chain in the UK. You know, it's considered as one of the smaller stores, just, which is, you know, the size of the lot that it's on is, you know, it's a bit, wow. So yeah. Oh, but I really enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed the experience. But, you know, it's just a shame I didn't get the job, really. But, you know, things like that happen, and there's always bigger opportunities waiting. So, you know, onwards and upwards. You know, I told, like, bosses, and, you know, they were, you know, oh, we're really sorry. But I think they were also partly relieved that they weren't getting rid of me just yet. But, oh, no. I mean, I like my job. I like it. But, you know, after being there 5 long years, it does kind of become a bit like, okay, bored now, want to do something else. But no, with my admin, I am currently doing a really boring thing at the moment. So we have a whole load of keys in a key cabinet that need to be, you know, we need to see where they go, especially those that don't have labels. And guess who's in charge of trying to find out where all of those go? Yeah, me. And, you know, I'm honestly, like, I'll do a bit of the keys, and then I know it probably sounds like, you know, what would you rather do? I think most people will probably say keys, but I prefer actually doing the compliance work over the keys. And I mean, we are behind on doing the compliance work, so you know, it's not a bad thing that I'm doing it. I'd probably say it's probably not what I'm meant to be doing, but no one batters an eyelid when I'm doing the compliance stuff, so. Oh. Stay hydrated, people. But no. So yeah, I'll be admin in a little bit longer. But you know, things like that happen. So I should probably go onto my embroidery. I think this is probably just going to be like a crafty chat, to be honest. So, you know, when I was ill, the first thing Josh said was, "Oh, you can do loads of crafting." And I just looked at him and I just went, "No!" And he's laughing. He's got a smirk on his face. You know. And that's how you know I'm ill, when I'm like, no to crafting. And I mean, I didn't craft for like 2 days. I did a little bit of cross stitching on Wednesday when I was meant to record my WIP and Chat, but I just did not have the energy. And yeah, it was a nasty bug. It wasn't, you know, the best. And then I had a issue with my stomach on, when was it? On,
Last couple of days.
no, it was, when did I have the... Oh, it was the Sunday, wasn't it? That I had the close and then I had the long mid, wasn't it? And I came home early, yeah. Yeah, no, I had some issues with my stomach. And I initially thought it was stress. But then, of course, Josh got it. And he's starting to think that, you know, his is also stress as well, so... Yeah. But, yeah, the Saturday, the day before, so this is this week, we had a £3 on all cinema tickets. So, yeah, if you're in the UK, you will definitely know, like, where I work and which chain I work for. Ew. Gross. Sorry, I'm reacting to Josh's game. Yeah, so it was absolute mayhem, and yeah, both me and Josh were closing that night. Everyone else had the day off bar me. That was my 6th day of working 7 days straight. And oh, it was not fun. It was not fun at all. I absolutely, you know, I survived about 2 hours of my shift before my stomach was like, yeah, no, you're doing too much. And yeah, my lower half decided it just didn't want to, you know, be friends. So yeah, I went home and we were so dead that I probably would have been sent home early. Irwin, put a can in it. Apologise. Apologies for the lizard. He is being a wiggle butt today, and it's a little bit annoying. Just a little bit annoying. But yeah, no, one of our TLs went and spoke to Ben, and they were like, you know, yeah, Ben was like, they were like, well, what do you want to do? Do you feel well enough to work? Do you want to go home? And I thought it was probably best that I went home, because I thought it was like the stress of the previous day catching up, because, you know, my body, when I'm under stress, sorry, just the wax is being funny in this. Sorry, when my body is under stress, it will make me ill in a couple of ways. It will either make me mentally ill, it will make me physically ill where I'm being sick, or my tummy's being funny. And that has always been the case ever since I was younger. You know, I've always had, when I've been under stress, I've always had issues with my stomach. That's always been a thing. So when I did my GCSEs, I had a thing called abdominal migraines, and basically it's like a normal migraine, but it's in your stomach region, and it makes you sick. It is honestly terrible, and usually it's brought on by stress. And when I was doing my end of year exams, I missed, I think, about 3 months of school because of how bad I was. And yeah, that was honestly just all due to stress, which I hated. And then there've been a few like issues where I've been stressing over friends or family, where it's like I've either been sick or I've just like mentally worked myself to exhaustion. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, the last couple of weeks, actually, I've been having nice gentle horse riding lessons, because obviously this week my tummy was still funny, and then I came back from the week before. I'd obviously, you know, well, not the week before, but the couple of weeks before, I'd been ill, so Sally didn't want to overwork me. Sally's my instructor, by the way, who is going to be driving us up to Badminton in May, which hopefully I'll be able to do a little vlog style, and we'll be able to take you with me. Yeah, I probably won't show people on camera. I might show Sally on camera if she doesn't mind, but yeah, no, Sally's great. It's you know, great horse person, but she also puts the health of her clients, you know, into perspective as well. It's not just, right, we're going to be doing this, I don't care that you're ill. It's, okay, you were ill last week, I don't want to overwork you. This is what we'll do. This is how we'll do this. And you know, it's good having an instructor like that. You know, I'm used to being worked hard, and you know, she does work me hard, you know, but I've got a lot more independent and stuff. And it's always, I always say this, always when I have like a cover instructor, it's always the first, the thing she puts on my notes is that I am obviously, because I used to do gymnastics, that I'm very flexible, and usually my lower leg is a little more forward. But yeah, no, it's, you know, it's going well. It's going really well. I haven't had a cover lesson in like a really long time, so you know, things happen. But yeah, no, so I'm honestly trying to think of things. Oh yes. I'm gonna get into a funny story. Well, partly funny, partly a little bit serious, because Josh put himself in danger. He's got a smile on his face, sort of. So I'm trying to remember when it was. It was, I think it was like it was like 2 Saturdays ago. As you know, we have a lot of issues with the travelling community. And we had some, and I wasn't there at the time, so if I get anything wrong, I'll probably have Josh interjecting me, going, nope, this is what happened. So they had some boys come in that were what? How old would you say they were? They're 14, 15-ish?
Couldn't tell.
Okay, couldn't tell. But these were young teenagers. And they came in. Two of the boys were distracting our colleagues. And then the third one decided he wanted to try and run for the screens. And one of our bigger members of staff, Kieran, who is an absolute sweetie pie, saw the guy just running like full on towards the doors. So he stood in front of the other drop box, but this guy wasn't going to stop. So he moved out of the way and the guy kept running, went headfirst into the drop box. But the way that the camera angle looked was he pushed him, and Kieran wouldn't do that. You know,
Even if he wanted to.
yeah, even if he wanted to, Kieran wouldn't do that. And yeah, so they all like ran out with their tails between their legs. Two of our girls put themselves in danger. So the team leader Ollie was mad, especially as one of them was his girlfriend. He's a very protective man, is our Ollie. Very. And he and Josh ran outside and got their number plates. Now, I said these boys were quite young, and we think that these teenagers had basically stolen, well, had taken mum or dad's car and had driven down, because Josh said they definitely weren't driving age. And yeah, so they floored it out of there. Yeah, no, I think we got the police involved. Can't
Know
remember.
if they did anything.
I don't think they did. I know we called them, but that was partly why they ran, because they saw that the team leader was on the phone to the police. And yeah, I don't think anything was done, but it was the next day on the... Yeah, it would have been the Monday that I saw it, because it was on... No, it was Wednesday, so it would have been Thursday that I saw it. So I saw the footage the next day. And oh my gosh, it is the most funniest thing I have ever seen. So as I say, Kieran is quite a big guy. And it's like he has this run and his arms are kind of going like that in the video. Don't worry, I'm good friends with Kieran, so he knows that I'm not, you know. So if he sees this, he'll know I'm not making fun of him. But yeah, it's no, when he steps out, his arms go like that, they sweep, and it looks like he pushed him. But honestly, it is the most hilarious thing. And me, Ben, and Ollie were in the office watching this footage and laughing like it was nobody's business. And my camera's about to die, so I'm just going to quickly change my battery. And we're back. Sorry about that. My camera was literally just about to die. So yeah, it will look a little bit brighter just because of that's what it does when it's charging. But no, oh, I should probably zoom this in a bit more. There we go. So yeah, me, Ollie, and Ben, we watched it, and I was just gone. Just seeing the guy run head first into the other drop box that we weren't thankfully using at the time, and him smacking into it. It's honestly so. Right, say this is the drop box. My pen is the guy. And we'll say these tweezers are Kieran's, so hold on, I'm gonna just zoom out a bit. No, that's zooming in. So yeah, here's Kieran. He stood in front of his drop box. Here's the guy. Run, 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 run. And the drop box, I kid you not, went like that. And then the guy went down, and then he's like running off with his tail between his legs. And it was so funny that Ben said, "Let's see that again, but in slow motion." And oh my gosh, it was so much more funny in slow motion. Also, I forgot to mention it, the guy was going to try and start a fight with Kieran. You could see that he was sort of squaring up to him. And then saw Ollie on the phone to the police. And there's Josh going. Yep, so yeah. Saw Ollie on the phone to the police, so they all turned tail and ran like the cowards they are. But oh my gosh, it was we were all just in stitches. So we all started laughing when we saw Kieran running, and then we all just laughed when the guy just knocked into the drop box. So the drop box is basically where we check everyone's tickets, and oh. But Kieran was so worried about what would happen when Ben saw that footage. And it was like, Josh sent him a text because he really wanted some food, and...
Josh is in the toilet, is he, love?
Yes, he is. Apologies, that's my dad. Yeah, and he saw, and, you know, he was so worried of what Ben was going to make of the footage that he was going to pull him in and be like, "We've got to suspend you because, you know, it looks like you assaulted this guy," when he didn't. And, you know, like, Ben was just like, oh my gosh, yeah. You know, he said, you know, he could have punched him because he's on private land, so wouldn't care. But no, I had to drive Josh home that night because he was so scared of, like, there possibly being repercussions. And the first thing that, I said, because he tried to call me, but I'd been downstairs, I'd been upstairs, but I hadn't heard my phone because it had been plugged into my headphones, and it was on the table, and I believe I was cross-stitching or something. But oh my gosh, it's like the most funny thing in the world. But yeah, he said, yeah, no, he could have hit him. He's on private land, so I don't care. And I was just like, oh my gosh, Ben. Okay. But no, Kieran wasn't in any trouble. Also, it's worth mentioning, Kieran is Savannah's boyfriend. So, yeah. And Savannah's also being one of my bridesmaids. Speaking of that, this morning I called up a bridal shop in Portsmouth for a dress appointment. And next Wednesday, I am going to be viewing wedding dresses. So yeah, I am incredibly excited. And it's, you know, it's really starting to feel real now that I'm getting married, and I just hope I find a dress. Well, you know, even if I don't find a dress this time, it's, you know, I've got plenty of ideas, and I know the sort of style I want, and I know like the sort of designer I want, so you know, it's gonna be fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Like, I really can't wait till next year now. Obviously, you know, when I do get married, I'll obviously be off for 2 weeks because, you know, I'm not recording my honeymoon. I'm not showing my honeymoon on YouTube. Thank you very, very much. Well, I might do, but I kind of want it to be something special. But no, definitely when we go to badminton, that will definitely be like a vlog style whip and chat. I've already decided that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I really can't think of anything right now. This is the thing, when you haven't recorded for like 3 weeks, everything just piles up and you forget things. But I can tell you that this week is going to be fun because we've got Batman out. And the new Batman over here in the UK, it is age restricted 15. So basically anybody under the age of 15 is not going to be able to see this film. So no doubt we're going to have lots of parents coming up and going, oh, but it's little Johnny's favourite franchise. And I'm just going to be standing there like, I don't care. It's a 15. Unless he can back it up with the papers that he is 15, he ain't getting in. But I'm his parent. Good for you. Yeah, not letting him in because you're not a valid form of ID. You know, it is a joke in our thing that we do kind of when we're having those ID disputes. We do sort of go through this sort of, when they say, oh, I'm his dad, here's like his birthday and when he was born and stuff. And it's like, well, good for you, but that could be anyone's baby. I can't see your pass logo, and you know, I do understand where it is frustrating, but you know, laws are there for a reason. And speaking of that, I am going to be probably decking one of our newbies. So we have a few Bollywood films out, and when I was closing on Saturday, so when we had all the £3 tickets, you know, the last film that we had out was one of the Bollywood ones, and the Bollywood films, they're usually 15, and this one was a 15. And I kind of got there, well, I was closing the ice cream stand, and I look over to the foyer, and usually, you know, it's always like big families, so it's normally like 15, 16 people, and normally they've got like the thing all to themselves, and usually we do have to ID on those ones, because normally they do try and bring like their 5-year-old kid or something to see it, and it's like, yeah, you might be the parent, but they're clearly not 15. And as they were coming out, I saw a few teens coming out in the family that I thought, okay, questionable. And then, that isn't the worst bit. I then saw a boy with them that looked about 10 or 11. And I was just like, oh my gosh, who the hell was on the door? And let them through, because I'm going to have their head. Yeah, I was mad seeing that. I was jacked. I was just like, I can't believe that. Who thought that boy was old enough? Normally what they do as well is they will, you know, hide the smaller ones in the crowd so we can't ID them. Normally it's like when they're all sort of dispersing, we normally see them and then we're like, ID please. So yeah, we're not stupid. We're not stupid. You know, like I say, if you've been in the job for as long as I have, 5 years, you know, you get to learn every single trick in the book. Every single one. But yeah. Also, a couple of weeks ago, I got an embroidery stand. It's currently got my Chinese zodiac on it, but I bought it mainly because, you know, obviously occasionally I do the occasional whip and chat with my cross stitching. So I got it mainly for that, so that I'm not constantly wiggling around and trying to see where I'm stitching. Because of course I've got a lot of linen projects now, so you know it will be very easy for me to see where I'm cross stitching when I am doing the whip and chats with my linen pieces. It's a shame that, well, maybe one day, maybe when me and Josh have our own place, I'll use my big Pokemon one at some point. Also, I've bitten the bullet. I've bitten a bullet, and I have decided I'm going to try my hand at crochet. So, the Hatchet Patchwork, which is where I do which is a magazine I'm subscribed to for, so, you know, the samplers that I get, so, you know, the one that I did for my godson, that was a Hatchet Patchwork that I did. Yeah, I'm subscribed to that, and I think there are about 100 issues. But yeah, I have decided to try my hand at crochet. You know, I didn't do the crochet along that was done by Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, just because I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. And then it was being advertised on my Facebook page. And I thought, oh, okay, that blanket looks cute, and it's been advertised to me for the last month, and I've been like, no, must stay away from it, must stay away. And then finally today I bit the bullet, and I decided, you know what, let's try it. We'll try this crochet thing. So yeah. I am going to be trying my hand at crochet at some point. Now, I have actually watched Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's tutorial videos of how to do like a basic crochet, which I have to say I will probably be watching. I don't know how many times I will be watching this, but I will probably be watching it to try and get a feel of how it works and everything. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. And again, like with the Hatchet Patchwork, they always come out once a month. So yeah, I'll have a few things to do. I think it's like you do granny square and then you put it all together. That's sort of what I'm gauging from what I can see. Now, I'm not a knitter. Bleh. but I know what Granny Square is. So yeah, we're gonna give it a little try. You know, even if that's like my only crochet project that I do, you know, it's fine. It's fine. This is like really just a thing to sort of see how I gel, and you know, it looks like a really cute blanket as well, so I do kind of want to finish it. Whether I keep up with it or not, that's a different story. But yeah, I definitely want to do this. But yeah, hopefully I'm not going to go down another rabbit hole. Most likely I will. We know what I'm like, right? I get enabled so easily. And yeah, but no, I'll probably have, some point this month, I'm probably going to have an unboxing for a retreat box from the Black Needle Society. So they are a subscription-based box that you can subscribe to bi-monthly, every 3 months, or however you like to do it, you know. And I'm getting my first box this month, so yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited, but yeah, no. Yeah, I think that's everything that I can really think of. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. Leave a comment if you want to, and possibly consider subscribing. But anyway, apart from that, I will see you guys all later. Take care. Bye!